Hi everyone, on journal page today, and I've got here some paints, acrylic paints. I'm in the last page of this mixed media journal, and wow, can't believe I've done all of this. There will probably be a flip through in the future, and I'm already planning on how to do the cover. I always leave the cover as the last thing. So I've got some paints here. I've got two pinks, two shades of purple, some turquoise, and some green. And I'm going to start by doing the background, and what I want to do is use a brayer. When I use a brayer, I prefer to do it on a craft foam. Don't know why, but it's better. It turns out better for me with the brayer. So I'm starting with the neon pink. I like to have the brightest color to start with it, because there will be lots of layers on top and I just need it to pick through. I don't want it on top. So I'm just putting down a layer of this neon pink, and I need more. I'm spreading the paint, so I won't get blobs of it on my paper, and so I will have a nice spread of the color, and you can go any direction that you like. So moving on, now I want some, let's go with some turquoise. I'm not cleaning my brayer, I'm not switching the craft foam. I'm just keep going, and some of it will mix and create more shades, and some won't. I don't care. Just building up an interesting background. I'm not looking for a turquoise background, and I'm not looking for a pink background. The whole point of this is that you have many colors that just go together. And even if I don't like something, I can always cover it, and I can push anything back with gesso. So it's really just playing and having fun. And if I see while I'm putting this that like I covered most of my neon pink and I want something more, then I will just go and do another layer of neon pink. There is no recipe for it. You just play until you are satisfied with what you have. Now, if you don't want to the colors to mix, then you need to let this dry and then continue to your next layer. Now some of this pink. And I just want it in several places. And again, as you can see, the colors are also not completely opaque, so it also creates more shades on your paper in the background. I think I need more of this. So basically, this is just me playing until I like what I have. If I feel I want more of this shade here, then I will add it. If I want it here, I'll add it. let's see. What do I want now? Let's now I want just a little bit of the green. Spreading it and just adding in several places. Again, most of it will get covered. I just needed to pick. Okay, moving on to some purple. And now I really don't want this to mix with the green, because then I will have a major mud here. I'm just taking some paper. This is wax paper, so it will work. The paint won't soak into. So here we go. And my background is getting darker, but it works for me. There are still more layers to come. Okay, so now I want from this deep purple again, and it will even get darker. Oops. Okay, I think this is it for my background. The only thing is that because of the spiral here, I have a little bit of problem to get here. Maybe I can do something like this. Didn't completely work, but better than nothing. Yeah, like mono printing. That's better. And I'm using the rest of the paint. It works only because this paper is waxed. So that's about it from the brayer. And now I want some stamping. I've made some of my own stamps. These are just made from, again, craft foam. This is thin craft foam that I use as base. This is thick craft foam. It's like 5mm thick, and as you can see, I just cut it. It's not straight. I didn't try to make it symmetrical or anything. So this is one that I want to use. Another stamp I've made. Again, nothing is symmetrical. And I've got this one. So I just want to play on my background, and I want to a little bit tone it down. So I'm going to take, I think, I'm not sure if I want to use gesso, white gesso, or if I want to use a very pale purple, or like lilac, or let's see, I've got here this lilac, and I've got pink lemonade. This is deco art, and it's almost white. So maybe I'll start with this one and see. And it's very runny, so we'll see what comes out of it. And I'm just again spreading it. I can also spread it, oopsie, with the brayer. So putting on a thin coat of this here, and let's see. I hope I'm in frame. Holding it. Don't know what will come out of it. It's very runny, but it looks good. I like it. It worked for me that it's runny. Now it's not overwhelming. The print is not overwhelming the background. Let's continue with this. Basically what I'm doing now is adding interest to my background and also toning down the background. Now, not really concerned about a perfect print. Yeah, so I've done this. Moving on to this one. Again, just with my finger and not concerned about a perfect print. And let's see. I like it. So now it's just playing, and I'm thinking that after I will finish with putting this stamp, I'm thinking about using this with the lilac on top of what I've added here. It almost looks like I've made this whole background with a jelly print. With a jelly plate. Just playing. And a little bit here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's enough. So I'm moving to this, and it's just building up the interest. Again, no rhyme or reason. Use whatever you have, whatever stamps you have. It doesn't even have to be handmade stamps. I just like using the ones I make. It's more personal, more when you are using the stamps that you make. As you can see, I'm not even waiting for anything to dry. If it mixes, it's just welcome, and it adds more to the whole background. Now it's not really noticeable, but that's the whole point of building layers in your background without overwhelming, and there still has to be a focal point, and you don't want the background to steal the glory of your focal point. Okay, so just a little bit more of this. Here, this one I just put on a corrugated cardboard, the pieces of the craft foam. Let's see, a little bit here, and here, and I still have got a little. That's it. So here is the background. I like it. I'm leaving it be for now. I don't think it needs something else, so I'm letting this dry, and we are going to continue to the focal image. So I wanted a Lupin flower, and I've printed this from some website, coloring pages website, free printables. Just do a Google search, and there are lots of free printables out there. And what I'm going to do is just color this. I'm not really concerned with what you can do it with acrylics. You can do it with felt pens, watercolors, whatever you like. I think just to save time, I will first spray it, so I will have instant color, and then I will get in with details. Let's see, I want some pinks, of course, and some purple, and even green I want. So let's see, I've got, these are my homemade sprays. They are from Gel Food Coloring and Water. And let's see, what else where is the purple? I know I had one. I'll find it, I don't know. Maybe this one. So first of all, and this is just printed on my inkjet printer, very don't like this purple, never mind. Simplest printer for home, nothing to it. And the only thing is that when you want to color on something that you've printed on an inkjet, you need to seal it first, otherwise the black ink will spread and bleed. So okay, I like this color better, this purple better. So in terms of sealing it, if you have fixative, use it. If you don't have fixative, because well, it's expensive, then you can use either hairspray or this clear spray like any kind of graffiti can spray, it's just the clear one. I don't know about you, but this is very cheap in my cheap store. So, and now just a hint of green. It doesn't need to overwhelm anything. The most, for most, I wanted a purple. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and we'll continue. I'm back. So before I continued to do anything with my flowers, I've cut them from my paper, because on the white paper they are looking great, but when you are cutting them and putting them on your background, things tend to look different. Either it's not bright enough or darker enough. So I've cut it first so I can see what's going on, and as you can see right now they are kind of blah, so they need work. It's nice that I have some kind of paint here, that they are not white anymore, but they need work. And what I'm going to do, I've got the same colors I've used. I've got the green that I've used in the background, one of the purples I used in the background. This is the pink lemonade, because I just didn't want again completely white, and I've added some magenta, and I want to add some color. So I'm just putting it here on this, so I won't damage my background, and I'm taking from this almost white and also from a little bit from this and just adding. And I'm not trying to be accurate or anything. I'm just slapping on the paint and I'm letting it just go where it goes with the brush, like this. Nothing to it. Just dipping into colors at once. So, and I'm not blending them. I'm just letting this go wherever it goes. The only thing is that if I think I have too much of this, let's call it white for this purpose, then I will add from the other color. But basically this is it. Just and I'm more going with this white. I can add a little bit more of the purple afterwards, or magenta if I want to. I can dip into the magenta and do something like that, because it's fun. And basically I wanted the shape of the lupin flower. It doesn't have to be this. You can do whatever flower you want, or shrub or cactus, whatever you like to have as a focal image. And it doesn't have to be in the real color the flower is. If I wanted to do this lupin flower in blue colors, then I would have done it in blue. If I wanted it yellow, I don't care if there is a yellow lupin. So have fun with it and do the colors that you like. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you have fun, that you like it. Not that someone will tell you, oh, it's a lupin flower. That's not the purpose. So as you can see, I'm just adding more color where I think it's needed. And I will switch to another brush just to make the stem, and again I'm taking from this white with a little bit of the green, and again just like this. I'm going to let this dry. I'm still going to work on it, but I'm going to do the same thing for the other two flowers. So I'm doing the same thing, and I'll be back. I'm back. So here are my flowers. They are already adhered. The only thing I've done more is that I wanted the inside in between to be darker, so I just took a regular felt pen and just colored where I wanted it darker, nothing to it. And if I wanted on the outside, just so it will be more distinctive on my page also, that's what I've done. So you can do whatever feels right to you and use whatever works for you. For this instance, the felt pen was just right for this job, so that's what I've done. Now I still want it to pop more on my page, and I still have here from my pink lemonade. I'm just going to add some water to it. I want to dilute it, and I'm going to go around my flowers, and I'm hoping to do it very, very gently, like so. Usually I will do some shadowing with black or any other darker color. This time, don't know why, I just want to go like this around the flowers and lighten the background around them like this. I don't want to cover, I just want to lighten, and that's why I've added water to dilute the paint. Something like that. And I also don't want it in some harsh line, so I'm trying to be very careful so it will blend into the background. So now I have here a little bit a harsh line, so I will just go and do something like that, smear it, so again it will blend into the background. And it's better to do less and add later than the other way around. So I'm being careful, and if I will feel that it needs a little bit more of the diluted paint, then I will add. Like here, I want a little bit more, I'm adding. Yeah. So now I just want to put on a saying here, and I'm moving this aside before I smear something, and I've already printed it on my printer. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life, but as you can see, it's very, very white, so I want to push it back, and let's see how I'm going to go about it. And Okay, so I have a piece of acetate here, and I've got a distress oxide, a shaded lilac. I'm going to put a little bit here, spray it, and let's hope it works. I'm a little bit spreading it, and let's hope for the best. Yeah, just a hint of color. So I'm going to do it on all. And I'm going to wait for this to dry and then adhere it to my page. I'll be back. Here it is, the saying. I don't know how straight it is. I think it's a little bit crooked here, and I just wanted a little bit more color, so I took this time Distress Ink Bundled Sage with this eyeshadow sponge, and just added a little bit here and here on each one, just to make it a little bit more I don't know, less white on the page. So this is it. That's my page. I hope you liked it. Hope you have fun doing something like that. Thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.